Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is a game where surprisingly, all of the, admittedly, very few weapon types are actually really enjoyable to the point where they could easily contend for my position of favorite. My position? The position of my favorite. Currently, the spear wins. I don't remember why, but I trust my gut. And I trust my feeling of having named it my favorite. So it stays my favorite. But these are pretty good too. They don't really have the defensive and offensive potential that the heavy sword does. I really love that about the heavy sword. Why are we here, by the way? Okay, I know going back that way is not what we do. I also remember that up there somewhere is a thing that I can't get because I don't get it. So I think this path. Hey! Dang it, I tried to dodge. Out of stamina, I have to remember what game I'm playing. So recently it occurred to me that I could... Oh, right. Recently it occurred to me that I could just... use Flash Cutter. That's right, I remember its name. By charging it, and then specifically for big heavy moves, I want to really test it against unblockables. It should work because it's... Is it nullifying or parrying? Skills. Nullifies. So it should work against unblockables. Oh, frick. That... I don't surprise easily. Right, it's down here. Stop beating on the wall. It didn't do anything. What really annoys me about the dogs is that their whole attack animation leaves them in the air for like a second to a second and a half, during which they just stay on you. It's almost like they sort of attach to your hitbox and then you just drag them around with you. Like they've already bitten you, but they haven't done the actual physical interaction yet. I hate that. Because I dodge to get out of range, but they follow me mid-air. And I have the skill that increases your dodge distance, so it's really absurd. that they follow me the entire time. Now, yes, I am supposed to dodge the attack right before it lands to avoid it, but why can't I just dodge out of their attack range? The world may never know. I hate being stuck in attack animations. But that is my fault. Because mostly I'm spamming buttons while trying to remember how I properly use these weapons. Now I imagine gates like this I can open somehow. But ones like this with the chain across them just will never see action. And isn't that the real shame? That's that. I'm trying to find... I don't remember where that door is. The one that leads further down. That's not it, but there is a guy here. I like how the first two attacks just taught the wall a hard lesson, but did not much else. That leads up. Something's coming. Wait for it. Okay, the Y is the gap closer, X is the buff, the RB command is the DPS. There it is. You know what? Oh, right. Neither worth it nor not worth it. Oh, right. There's also the DLC for Lies of P finally came out. And I think it's 30? 30 or 40. So I have mixed feelings on playing that game again because my PC really isn't a fan of that particular I guess, the engine or just the lack of optimization going on in that game. Ooh, I forgot I could do that. Yeah, so that's after a light attack only. Unless... Yeah, so it does work after any attack. I don't... Oh, because I'm not... Right, so that dodge... Yeah, that dodge attack only works if I'm trying to move left and right. If I'm trying to dodge backwards, which is basically a reflex when I see an attack coming, it doesn't work, which is kind of silly if you think about it. There's this guy. Oh, okay. Okay, I remember where I am now. Ouch. Okay. You're out. Right, wrong way. Yeah, I think the DPS, I don't remember what it's called. There it is. Ruthless. Yeah, Ruthless was a good choice. As long as I remember to dodge left and right instead of backwards or forwards. You know, I'm not stupid enough to try and dodge forward, but that's for those of you who might be. As long as I go left and right, it's fine. And it feels really good. Because the dash left and right immediately chains into another light, well, into a dodge attack, which is treated as a light attack, which goes into Howling Blade, which if I have the buff on, is just, oh, it's just so good.
Wait, I don't want to fight.
I check my corners anyway, just in case.
I'm not with them anymore. I've left that life behind.
Good for you.
Pavel, where is he?
The Lord of Polemian. I saw him running down to the cellars with someone. With blonde hair. The Knives Vale second in command went mad and started chasing after them. You don't know Rankers?
I forgot about the part where he doesn't actually voice the option you choose. Which is kind of weird because he is voiced.
He's a real maniac. He'll kill anyone who gets in his way, no matter who they are. If you're smart, you'll try and stay out of his way.
Goodness. If I was smart, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Why did the bandits attack Bolemian?
I don't really know. But I'm sure it wasn't just to loot the city. From what I heard, someone high up ordered us to put the city to the torch. And this is something you might want to know. I saw someone hand the leader a letter with the Imperial seal on it.
Mother fricking. I accidentally parried the arrow. He did not accidentally parry his death. Oh, that's quaint. I was going to ask, why isn't there just a ladder going all the way down? I see. I see. Why did I need to take damage there? Okay. This is where we are now. I didn't want that XP anyway. Why would I descend the ladder when I've got a cushion right there? Where does that go? Coming for you. Now, if only these weapons had lifesteal, that would be tremendous. I forget I have the gap closer. I really have to remember that. That's so cute. Wouldn't it be a shame if he just died? Oh, that is so very bad. So, we have nearly 300,000 lacrima. I'm not spending it because they're technically ill-gotten. I was doing a lot of testing. After last episode, I'm not going to interact with anyone. We're just going to leave. After it was an episode, I think 2 episodes ago. I wasn't farming or anything. I don't really care for doing that in these types of games. I was practicing with the heavy sword. And I ended up getting 90,000 lacrima then, and then I did it again with the dual weapons, trying to figure out how to use them and how they felt. Figure out if I actually liked them and wanted to proceed with them. Careful. And in doing that, I ended up with nearly 200,000 by the time I started last episode. So, okay, so I'm going to say it out loud. We stand a very good chance of dying here and losing. I think it. I honestly don't remember how it works in this game. I remember in Lies of P when you die after dying, before you collect whatever the soul stuff is in that game, you lose half of the amount you gained. Well, the amount that was dropped, but not all of it. What? What did I do? Hit him in the knee? I don't like this. I could use flash cutter, but I'm also slightly worried that it'll just shoot me off the edge. I say there's like a 20% chance that that's actually possible. The throwing axe could work. Or I could just go like this. And not interact with them at all. I like that. I have to be honest, probably the best feeling dual weapons I've ever played with. Granted, that is largely in part to the upgrade system. Whereas in most Souls-like games, it's just you get the weapon and it does normal weapon things. And there's not much flair to it. I'm not a fan of that. I like the way this works. Okay. So we kill the man. We get our juice. And we don't fight up here. Can't do anything to me from in there. Right. Let's stay away from that edge, shall we? I was going to use my ability, and then he looked like he was going to fall off of the edge. Oh, I did use it. My lord. Wait. Naughty little slut. Okay, so I came from up there. do I want to get that? I'm sorry, what is this bridge designed to do? It makes no logical sense. This must have been built by the bandits, because no one intelligent actually makes something like this. Then again, bandits would actually have to do hard work, and the nature of their lives is avoiding doing that by taking from those who do. So, this was built by design and makes no sense. I'm stun locked harder than I've ever been in this game. We couldn't just have a wall, we had to have thorns. Figured this would be coming up. Okay, let's see. We've been recording for 30 minutes. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, okay. I thought I turned it off. We've been recording for about 30 minutes now, so the boss fight is probably going to take like 2 hours or so. Optimistically. And so that means I don't want the boss fight to be the last 30 minutes of the... Unless it takes... No, it shouldn't take 30 minutes once I figure the boss out. So we'll have another 30 minutes after the boss fight. Because I really don't like the boss fight taking up the last bit of the video. If it were the case that up until now the video has been an hour, then the boss fight's just the cherry on top, and we end the game shortly, or the video shortly after that. So, alright, let's see what the devs have for us this time.
Tristan! My lord, get out of here! You want to die with him too? Show me it!
Can I have that weapon?
Stubborn old fool. What are you looking at? You're still alive. Not for long!
He's not wrong. Ow. Oh, they're homing. I thought I had time.
Khazan, is it really you? Great General. Thank all the gods you're alive. Tristan, why are you with that traitor?
Well, I can't attack him, so... Also, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought. There's no way that's the only boss we're going to be fighting here. He had no real second phase. Sure, he whipped out a flamethrower and flame enchantment on his arrows. But I basically stun-locked him with style. Spent every single spirit charge I had to keep him there, and not only did it pay off, it felt and looked pretty good. That said, again, that was a little too easy.
No, you don't understand, General. Pavel only pretended to betray you, to help you.
Ah, yeah. Yes, betray your friends to help them. Definitely.
I do not believe you. Why didn't you return when you had the chance? At the Emperor's command, we were sent to quell the border conflict. Yet found all quiet there when we arrived. As per your orders, we had with us your written commands, permitting us to withdraw and return through Vitalon. But on the way, we were ambushed by bandits, who took us by surprise and stole the written commands. It was Scalpel, who was scouting nearby, who saved us. Even though I was wounded, I knew I had to get to the Imperial Palace. But there, I was arrested for aiding you in the crimes against the Empire that they said you were guilty of. It was Pavel who saved me, Great General. He told me how all this was a plot by the Emperor. From the moment he sent us to the borders, we were to be labeled as traitors. I swear to you, Pavel is not your betrayer. Pavel, my old friend, I am sorry for misjudging you. Time for regrets later, General. I don't think those bandits were acting on their own. If we find them, we may learn why they ambushed us and stole the letter. They're called the Knives Vale Gang, and their lair is a place called Nadin.
Okay. We could move to the next region, but I suspect there may be side stuff for us to do. Let's see where we are. Right, so while I was recording, my cord came out. So we're currently at 18, we'll just call it 18 minutes. So 48 is what we're looking at for the timer. While I was recording the boss fight, my earbuds came out. Well, a little bit. Which can do funky things with the microphone audio, so I had to stop the recording and then restart it. In fact, I had to stop it, close OBS, reopen the thing, and then restart the recording. Thankfully, I died before I did that. I tried to pause mid-fight when I realized the audio was coming out, and then I got hit in the face. It was great. It's probably on there, but I'm going to cut that out because it's just not worth watching in the first place. Right, the crevice. Okay, I am here because there might be side stuff for us to do. Got anything for me, lady? Right, she does the upgrades.
Mortals can't see beings from the netherworld. They won't be able to see Blade Fenton or myself.
I am not a fan of her voice. Well, not... And then I look at her and it kind of fits. Upgrade spirit of advocacy. That is not relevant to me. Training grounds.
Now you are strong enough. Tell me, what do you desire to gain from the soul stones?
I'd rather have more lacrimods. Speaking of which, Max, I'm pretty sure that's for the gauge, which means we use more abilities and hopefully, well, we only managed to stun lock that guy because he was basically generally human shaped. Larger bosses that are more inhuman are unlikely to be stun lockable, but if I can, these weapons will be the ones to do it and take advantage of it because that felt freaking great.
You require more soul stones to unlock more effects.
Yes, Mom. And you can take that either way.
Seething with anger. Such excellent motivation.
Alright, control your erection. Looks like he doesn't have anything for us. Everything there is taken care of. We also have the blacksmith I wanted to take a look at. Of course, he's not here because he's human. What do you do?
There's something you...
Witch, don't play your games with us.
He says from above.
Quiet, Phantom. I need you to find my Kaleido box.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How old are you? I mean, I don't see any wrinkles, but that's probably just because it's a hassle to design them on in this particular style. But you are probably 60? I've got a hard limit of 40. I can't be touching a 60-year-old woman's box.
I might have lost it in the Silent Temple when I crossed over from the Netherworld.
That joke writes itself. I'm not even going to touch it or explain it.
It'll be useful to you, too. So, you'll want to find it.
Given what I said at the very start of this little conversation, even if you're only listening, the context of this entire conversation has changed, and it will never be the same. And I love that. It was supposed to be a simple joke, but then it just keeps going. I do not need more lacrimods. Frankly, I am flush with this stuff. So, like I said, I didn't spend anything. Frankly, the boss fight didn't take long enough for me to even accrue a good amount through the system where you gain some after even if you lose to the boss. Oh, right. No, we want to go here first and talk to the blacksmith. We'll deal with the blacksmith, and then we will spend our many lacrima.
Being a lord of the Empire never stopped Pavel from helping the Bantu. Looking back, he was such a kind-hearted man. It's terrible thinking about what happened to him.
Dodge stamina decrease, swift attack. I also need to... It didn't look like I got anything interesting from the guy I fought. Can't remember his name. Rank dodge stamina increase. I do like the two-piece set effect. The swift attack damage increase isn't great for us, but we do have the potent attack? It should be on the weapon. Potent blow. Yes, because we blow our enemies. The potent blow, we get the bonus 15% damage simply for pulling it off. Which is... It's small, given that we deal damage in the hundreds. 15% is not great, but it's it's free, basically. And it's a stat I don't really have to, one, have the potential to invest in any other way. God, I would really love that brink dodge, but I cannot give up my ring of defense. I don't know what the ring is called. I just call it the ring of defense because that's what it is to me. Yeah, no. Slayer, bandits. Heartstone? Oh, no. Terror summon? I mean, why not? This will be really useful for situations where, remember, we died at that, we were knocked off of the edge of that platform on the way to the boss, right before that other elevator. And getting there was risky. Granted, I took the path of least resistance, and then killed some guys on the way up there because I had to. But if I could have just retrieved it without having to worry about dying on the way, I would have felt a lot better. So we now have that option. I don't really care about that or that at the moment.
This can't go on. We've got to stop the Knives Veil before they do any more harm.
Lord Pavel played along with the Emperor, kept suspicion of himself while trying to save us. That's the only reason I'm still here. But he never forgave himself for being unable to save you as well. If only he had the chance to see you again. It would have meant so much to him.
Blacksmith will be down here.
Oh, look at that. A new design. Let's take a look.
Alright, let's see. Pell Los. So I have to go out of my way to break stuff down. The system interests me less and less. See, I want to try getting some veterans rings because I want one that rolls defense, but I just don't really care. So we've got the Fallen Guardian set, which increases fire attack. While the enemy's on fire, you deal 50% more damage. Activate Ruthless, which is the DPS we currently have active. And you take 35% less damage for 3 seconds. Brink Guard grants fire attributes. Okay. Damage increase for 15%. 15 seconds. I don't understand how that's supposed to work. It's definitely not per activation of Ruthless. It's not independent activations. Probably per attack. Ooh, I could get a better Pilgrim set weapon. Ash and Wolf, health recovery, not relevant. Spirit skill, damage increase. Is that just a damage increase that's... Is that just a flat damage increase? And it applies to all damage you deal, or does it only relate to skills? Not really. Does it only apply to skills? Ooh, and then the 4-piece is the 20% bonus potent blow damage. But then that would require me to get rid of my Bard set, and I really don't want to part with it. I wouldn't mind getting some other... We have 4 pieces of the Bard set currently, and don't worry, none of this is actually going to count against the time we spend in the next mission. I figure that's pretty fair. I have 4 pieces of the Bard set, because that's all that really matters. And I want... I have 2 pieces that aren't... No. It's... Yeah, I only have 1 piece, the head gear. And that's granting me 600 extra defense. The ring I have is doing some weird business with my defense as well. I explained that last episode, so I'm not going to go into it here. The Hound set is just good stats. I like that. Frankly, the armors don't really matter to me because I'm going to be running with the Bard set, but I would like something with some... I would like a new headgear with defense on it. That seems like a hassle, though. So this could end up rolling... I wouldn't mind this having defense. I need a goddamn... We need battered blades and treated blades, which pisses me off. So... Treated is from battered blades. Great. All right. I noticed the rings have this weird smoky effect. Ooh, I really like how that looks, so I'm just going to leave that there. Oh god, there is no feature that allows you to select the ones you want to dismantle. You literally have to go through your inventory of currently 473 pieces of equipment and individually select the ones you want to keep. This upsets me. So at least that's quick and it doesn't ask you permission to lock it or anything. This is stupid. Alright, something tells me I should hold off from crafting anything. I already left this menu and went back to the crafting menu to see what I could do. And I get the sneaking suspicion that I should wait. Because right now we're at level 62 and we're basically just getting purples and stuff like that. So let's go up here and do the thing I've been putting off for probably 30 minutes now. I went through my entire inventory of 473 items and we now have, what is it? 61. The only things that interest me are sets that include weapons. So I've kept everything, even if they're just blues, that have sets involving effects with the weapon. For example, the Soul Eater here. At 6, you learn Phantom Judgment. I don't know what that is or what it does. It sounds great. I'd love to try it, but I only have 5 pieces of this set. Thankfully, this set is apparently flexible with dual-wield, heavy sword, and the spear, which is great for me. What's not great for me is that I only have 4 of the armor pieces. I need shoes. I might have had shoes and got rid of them because it took a while for me to realize that the sets actually show you if you have every piece to it, or the icons under the set name. It took too long for me to realize that, so I may have ended up actually getting rid of the shoes, which sucks. Right. Going through the inventory stuff, I have no idea what it was we got from the boss. I'm going to have to check the video while I'm editing, or I'll forget and whatever. But I didn't see anything particularly interesting. In particular, no giant club that also fires arrows, which would have been great. But this isn't that kind of game, so what can you do? Some stuff will have stuck around because I just didn't notice it. I figured out a pretty good system for getting rid of things. Well, that's just more stamina. I kind of prefer this. Also, with that boss, every single time I went in there, I knew the attack that was coming. It was going to be an overhead smash. Typically the one where it's just, he smashes and then it stops. Or it goes into the rest of the attack chain. But no matter what, I know it's coming. I know the timing. And I get hit. Every single time. And it just made my jaw drop because it's silly. And it's all my own fault. Critical defense. Probably slightly better. Also how? Oh, because currently we're unscathed. So we get the extra, what is it? 9, and then the extra from the unscathed bonus. Which is, but I'll take it. Didn't get any weapons, there are no accessories of note. Right. So the entire reason I didn't... Oh, no, we're going to do things in order. The entire reason I didn't craft anything is because item rarity is apparently related to your level. So... we ought to get a good 6? No, way more than that. No less than 10 levels, which is good. Hopefully we will consistently get purples from here on and occasionally get whatever's above purple, which I'm assuming is red. So what do we want to invest in? That's annoying. Proficiency is the only thing I have that increases stamina damage. It does very little for my actual attack. Also, I just noticed at the top that it tells you how many available upgrades you have. So I didn't need to go through the trouble of calculating it myself. Alright. So what was the other thing I was thinking about? Right. Skill tree. So, remember, when we were in that mission, it locked our mastery level. Oh, and I remembered while I was deleting stuff or dismantling stuff, I remembered why it was that I was actually running back and forth. I told you about it earlier. It wasn't because I was trying to test out the heavy sword. It was actually because I was testing out the bard set, seeing how it would affect drops and things like that. And the best way was to go and basically farm the revenants that spawn from the red mists that are typically hanging around. That's why I was doing that, and that's how I ended up with nearly 100,000 lacrima, then nearly 200,000, and how we got to here, where we just spent nearly 300,000. I would have spent the whole kit and caboodle, but it just wouldn't let me. Darn that inflation. So, anyway, the point of me coming here is that I was hoping, when I noticed it back then that the mastery level was locked, I was hoping that it would be stocking the experience that I was gaining at the time and return it to me in terms of levels and skill points after the mission was over. That's actually pretty awful. That they locked your mastery level and then prevent you from gaining any XP during the entirety of that mission. That's not cool. I can see, there's a good reason to do it, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Anyway, we have a skill point to spend because, I guess we'll put this into making something else better. Yeah, we'll decrease the stamina consumption for that, because why not? Alright, so we're done with all of the garbage. Let's get to the good stuff. Wrong direction, but wait. She said something, I don't remember where it is. It might not be accessible from here, but it's best to check. Since I'm already down here, then I can come up and check this thing. Yeah, so once you clear this mission, you'll be able to change gear options and augment your gear. And apparently there is one of those little pot creatures and a soul stone. Alright. This recording is at 1 hour and 7 minutes. It was technically at 1:08, but it's fine. So at 1 hour and 37 is when we call the video done. Hopefully we can get through this.
This temple, it feels different to the others. The Kaleido box. It warps the natural order of things.
Not dealing with that. Best way is to go right, because that's where they're going. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this guy is an archer. Now he's a corpse. Congratulations on your promotion. Ouch.
Is Kaleido
Still getting blues.
It's that witch's finest work, and it would be very useful in our mission.
Ouch. He missed because of terrain. Otherwise, we would have become corpse. Like that. Ugh, that sucks. I'm fighting like... No, it's not even my fault. I'm trying to dodge left and right in order to bridge the gap between when he... What is that? What is this effect at the bottom of the screen here? It's weird. Anyway, I was trying to bridge the gap between cooldowns and attacks so that I would just constantly be attacking. But instead... Oh, good, we're full. But instead... Instead, the dodge wasn't going off. Screw it. What? There was a red dot, so it should have been a headshot. Instead, he took basically no damage. Yeah, I don't think I didn't notice that he wasn't taking damage at first. I need to avenge myself, okay? Whoop. Too bad it doesn't really count if it's not the same guy. Really? Oh, you got me. That was embarrassing. Also, still blue. The entire point was to see if hold on.
These traps. The spirits here. There's a power here affecting them.
If the... I see you, buddy. If the drops really were still blue, and... You okay, buddy? Too early. See him. Ooh, I thought that was me for some reason. Why in the world isn't that working? Mother fricking. Of course, I'm out of healing, so we do this. And then we solve that problem. Wait. Yeah, I see you, buddy. I know I was being too careful there, but whatever. None of them appear to have ranged attacks. That guy's a concern. I really would love a new save point first. Hey there. That's the only one in this level. Keshta has... Well, we can't check him right now. I think his next level was 28% stamina regen. Wait. Something's wrong here. No archers, though. I'm trying to figure out why that isn't working. When it should. I didn't try it there. I mean, it's not like we're weak or anything. Check. Gotta make sure I'm ready to avoid the trap. No dice. Butcher set. At least they're purple. think we have, yeah, there's an archer. Bye-bye. Oh, hey there, buddy. I'm not above doing it. 1,000, really. He just stood there and let it happen. You're, yeah. Okay. I got so lucky there. Howling Blade pays for itself, I'm telling you. I'm not above spending it.
Such intense energy.
Well, thank you. I try. Yeah. Ooh, we could have died there. Fallen Lord's scroll. Fallen Lord said, oh, good. I can get rid of those set pieces then. In case you're wondering, this is the Fallen Lord set. It features brink dodge, a couple of brink dodge things. Damage increase for charged attack, damage increase for full moon, and spiral thrust. Like I said, I only kept the sets that had really good effects. Not even the stamina increase one, which I was going on and on about earlier on in the playthrough. I don't have that aside from Keshta the Unyielding. There's going to be something up there. Things are going to come up out of the ground. That's the deal in this area.
So that's why you're here? Be gone!
God dang it. I tried to dodge backwards instead of to the side. I do it reflexively because 2 back dodges typically gets you out of the range of pretty much any attack, even if it's a straight on attack or an overhead attack, where usually you want to dodge to the side because their damage range is where you would be going if you tried to dodge backwards. I am frustrated that I have to start from here again. Because they are stingy with the save points. Could put on a ring of fire resistance, now that I think about it. I'm upset beyond good. I'm furious. Hey there. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh, don't we also have... Yeah, fire cleanse. Is there anything going on over here? No. Alright, moving on. The rest of this is easy. Especially... I did unlock the shortcut, didn't I? Oh, good. Yes. No, we're not going to do that. I'm actually going to wait. There's a guy with a sword there, guy with a bow there. I have no real means. You know what? Screw it. I don't need this. I would have liked the extra spirit charge, but I needed that badly. Alright. Yeah, see, it worked there. Do I have to... The problem is, it seems like I have to cue the mid-attack dash literally during an attack animation. If I try to do it during the downtime, say now, it won't work. Except it worked there. So, why does it not work when I want it to? Hold on. Yeah, it really... So I can't interrupt Howling Blade with it. Which is fine. Howling Blade parries incoming attacks. Yeah, I should be able to follow it up pretty much immediately. So I'm confused as to why it doesn't work any other time I want it to. Doesn't appear to be anyone else down here. That's the thing. That's what's up there. The pot monkey. Come on. It looks like you have some of my lacrima on you. You're going to need that back, buddy. I was actually impressed by that attack, but when used against the boss. Granted, the boss could flinch. Against inhuman enemies that are too large to flinch, it's going to be trash, but that's a separate problem. Right. Just in case. Really? I was expecting undead to come up here, but really? Well, he's still looking for someone. Here's coming at you. See, it worked there. It's kind of frustrating. And I had stopped attacking there. Freaking, of course. Good, it gets rid of the flame stacks. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I don't trust this for a second. There's no way one of these isn't booby traps. Or worse, a freaking mimic. That's not the one. Trash garbage. Super nice. This also isn't booby. There it is. Are you actually kidding? I was spamming it. You might actually have been able to hear it. I was spamming the dodge button. And now I've got to crawl all the way back here. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset in a way I don't like to be upset. Because it's one of those things where I did the right thing, and for some reason, it didn't work. Oh, you can dodge those. That changes pretty much something. Hey, buddy. Fancy killing you here. There's this guy. And if I aggro him, he might aggro the archer. I don't need that. Hey, buddy. And yeah, I know my health is just above critical. Not even going to chance it. As long as I avoid getting too close to those archers, we're fine. Sure, I can dodge that. Are you... Excuse me? Excuse me. Who told you to drop off? Because I'm only aware of 2 functional buttons while you're climbing. And that's the sprint button and the dodge button, I think. Wait. Didn't I hear a little pot monkey? Really? I heard it above me somewhere. When you're down there, you hear it up here. Great. Yeah. Nothing I'm pressing makes me drop off. That's weird. Oh, there it is. Body near the bard. You might want to check it out too. The audio sounded like it was above me. I'm not going to call them jarlings. They're jar monkeys.
Over there.
Yes, I know. That's typically the way this works. I'm going to be honest, this level shouldn't have taken nearly as long as it has. But in for a penny.
The relic. It belongs to us.
What? Mage? No. Sorry, buddy, you gotta go. I mean, I'm trying to do the dodge mid-attack. I'm sorry. Why didn't that work? I'm extremely confused. You and I both saw that axe hit the mage, but I didn't go to him. Which is weird because you don't so much as run at the target that gets hit with it, so much as you teleport to them. So how could I have been... There's no way I could have been body blocked by this guy. Because that doesn't make sense with the animation. Guy on the right dies first. Stop that. Okay. I mean... Dang it. Thought I held the button. But I apparently did that thing where I don't hold it long enough to get the actual guard off.
Foolish old witch.
No, that's not it. I want to retry so I can kill them much more cool. I was going to go with coolly, but that would have been fooly. If you don't get that, that's on you.
Finally decided to show up.
These trifling things are what made you so slow. Pathetic.
I actually can't even argue here. I really can't.
Watch your tongue, witch.
At least my Kaleido box is undamaged.
Nope, not going to say it.
Come and see me as soon as you return to the crevice.
Nope, not even going to say it.
Luckily, the Kaleido box appears to be fully intact. It is the culmination of all my knowledge. It's the ultimate catalyst, able to alter the very essence of matter. When I finished it, that is. It will need some additional materials before I can properly complete my work. I don't suppose... if you bring me what I need, I'll see if I can change their properties. Regardless of the outcome, we have nothing to lose, right?
Wait, it increases the level of my gear too?
What's wrong with you? The only person who can help you is you. Now stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Okay, so apparently the Kaleido box is a thing I should have had done a while ago. Because she's only now talking about what just happened. Well, at least she's finally made herself useful to me. Alright. I don't know... I must have gotten this from the guy I just beat, the boss, and of course it's a blue. Of course it is. Not the guy I just beat, the boss from way back. Yeah, I think I like this best. It's got damage multiplier and stamina recovery rate. Damage increase increases the damage of your swift attacks by a flat amount, which is good. It's probably better than the damage multiplier. I don't mind the extra stamina, though. You know what? Let's go with one of these that has trash stats, like this guy. And it only costs Lacrima? And I know a pretty good Lacrima farm, though I have to actually work my way there. I'm referring to the one I was at in the last episode. Which is not a short trek, by the way, now that I think about it. Whatever. Yeah, let's get rid of them both. Alright. Brutal attack. Hold on. Well, no, our current level is 71. Doesn't really feel worth it. What about the augment? Let's choose the one we have equipped. I see what this does. So basically, you take the weapon you currently have, wait. Why are we still getting gear that's in the 60s? I know the level we just went through for the Kaleido box was level... you had to be at least level 49 for it. I don't understand how drops work. Because they should be dropping at or above my level, or somewhere very close to like 1 or 2 below it, logically. But from what I've seen, they drop at like 1 level above. So why do I get gear that is not level 70? At least. That's probably why we're not getting anything above purple and why we're still getting blues. Wait. Bard set we could maybe increase the level on? Where is it? It's this. Yeah, that's level 40. Just toss that in there. And it costs money? Oh, that's so good. Wait, so we can only do that once? I wish it had told me that before. Let's see if it mentions it. Yeah, no. No, I didn't screw up. Not possible. Okay, so it consumes, so the bard, okay, good. I thought the bard armor had been consumed, which would have been weird because it was locked. Is locked, frankly. So each one only gets you a single level? That's kind of I mean, I'll take the 3 levels, I guess. Why can't I select more than one? Why does this push it to level 51, but level 63 gear only gets it 1 level? Can you explain this? Can anyone explain this to me? This makes no sense. Levels... Okay, it's a blue. Yeah, sure. Sure. But it's so many levels above this that at the very least, they should both give the same number of levels. This gives 2. A level 63 purple still... Oh, let me check its stats. Unscathed defense. Max health is nice, but... No, there's no way armor is only going to drop in the 60s right now. It definitely is going to go above that. Armored equipment, let's say. Accessories. Cleric's ring. That could go in the garbage. Potent blow. Rings, what do we have? This guy for... Nothing I want from the blacksmith, because I can only make purples. Huh. Let's see if he's got anything for us.
Yours.
Nothing. maybe I have to select the option.
Yours. Use the blade nexus to connect with other ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's that. Never mind. Not interested. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back a little later in the week, the day after tomorrow, in fact, with another episode, and we're going to kill some bandits. Pretty simple, right? I mean, I hope so. Anyway, I'm loving the dual wields. It's great when it works. Not a fan of the inconsistency of whatchamacallit. Dodge. Yeah. That's Zephyr. Deafness. Dodging forward? No, you lie. You lie. Why would they make it forward rather than left, right, and back? Why would you ever... I need to talk to her.
Someone...
What? What did you say?
Mortals can't see beings from...
She's just... Okay. Leave me alone. I guess that actually is true. Really is forward, which is just about the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. That is counterintuitive in the extreme. Yeah, so I have to wait for the attack to complete. Okay, that changes everything, honestly. I now understand what went wrong. Skill tree. Let me check Zephyr. This would be a command and would eat spirit. It does do damage on the way around them and would be really good for guys that have shields or are in the middle of an attack, or even if you have a set effect that deals extra damage when you're behind the enemy. I can't imagine this is going to be useful against a boss that's giant, or just giant enemies in general. If I would... really don't want to take a point out of there, but B. So B isn't the dodge button, so that's going to be kind of awkward to remember. Anyway. Doesn't activate in the middle of an attack. And that's what I really want. Something I can interrupt with. Anyway. that's it for me. I'm done. Mildly frustrated, but at least I know what went wrong this episode, and provided I remember it in the, what, 1, 2, 3? Yeah. Yeah, 3 days from now will be when I next play this game for a video. So provided I remember that forward triggers deafness, that is absolutely nonsense. Anyway. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.